Okay, we're rolling. So yeah, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Anthony. I'm a bus driver in Staten Island. Work for Pioneer Transit. I've been a driver for approximately 24 years. I'm heading into my 25th. Getting ready to retire soon. I drive special need children. I would say learning disabled, speech impediments, orthopedic type of problems. My day consists of driving for at least 9 hours and 50 minutes, just under the 10-hour spread mark, and I only get paid for 8, just in case anybody's wondering.
And what do you plan to do in your retirement?
I'm going to watch my grandkids get older. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to relax. I think 25 years in this business is long enough. So, I've deserved it. I think I deserve to rest now.
Well, we're at the Board of Ed over here, and we're trying to fight for a job here. They're going out, the bids are going out, and this is it. We're all waiting online to go inside. It's an open. We're just waiting to get let inside and see what's going to happen for us.
Yeah, they say it's an open forum, so there's going to be parent groups here along with us, and so we're going to try and get in there and tell our side of the story.
They're opening bids right now. The companies presented them yesterday, and I guess figure out who's eligible to get the work. This job security allows us to go forward. If the bid goes from our company, Atlantic Express, to another company, say that company wins it, then we can't go there. We can't follow the work. We don't have the security of our pay scale. We'll lose our jobs, have to go to another company and try to get hired. Who's going to want us? I'm here 27 years. Who's going to want that? They're going to want somebody that's starting salary.
17, $2,185,200. 185,200.00. Class 18, $3,784,320. 3,784,320.00.
Okay, I want you to join the line, please, because I have to be counting. All right, go ahead. 1, 2.
Class 19, $1,180,440. 1,180,440.00. Class 20, $243,000. Class 29, $543,600.
Well, we actually finally made our way into the bid, as they were opening the bids and naming the company name and going through a bunch of numbers, which to me made no sense. I have no clue. I'm lost in the dark over there. I'm not sure what's going to happen to us as far as, I guess in the next couple of days, once these bids are out or approved or whatnot, we'll kind of find out where we're going to get shuffled in or shuffled out of. So it's a pretty tense time right now.
Police say accident happened around 8:30 near the intersection of White Cough and Stanhope Avenue. Witnesses say the bus struck the car in the midsection. The kids were rushed to local hospitals. As a precaution, 2 adults on the bus refused treatment. The driver of the car, however, is seriously injured. This is what they want to replace us.
Yeah,
Do you think that was a replacement driver?
definitely a replacement.
It's not 1181. That's us.
If they're
It's none
rolling,
of
it's
ours.
not 1181.
It's not one of ours. It's a scab driver.
This is my certification. I work for the Board of Education. They certify me, they can decertify me. I have to follow a set of rules. I get reprimanded, I'm on the road, I got inspectors out there. And these people are walking in off the streets in 24 hours, they got certifications. I'm on my job 34 years. Nobody's gonna do my job like me. Because when those kids get on my bus, every single face is my kid. I make sure they got their hats, their gloves, their book bags, everything. I drive safe, everything. I know what I'm doing. I know the kind of driver that I am, and ain't nobody gonna take my place, ever.
They just try to break the union. That's what it's all about. It's all capitalism. So if it happens, all we're asking for is job protection.
It's socialism, it's not
Capitalism, socialism, I'm sorry. That's a little bit early in the morning. I've been here since 5 o'clock.
So Anthony, are there certain things you can do and that you can't do on the line? Like,
Yeah,
are there certain
yeah.
things that are set out by the union? Or?
Yeah, well, we're only supposed to say scab. That's the only word that should be coming out of our mouth. Any other expletives or foul language is frowned upon.
Okay.
No throwing of objects. Yeah. But it gets away sometimes. Listen, if I had my druthers, I'd be doing maybe a couple of little egg shampoos on the car or something like that. Yeah, give them a little bit of a heads up. Guys, we know what you're talking and we know what you're doing. So.
Do you recognize these guys coming out? I mean, you know them?
I have no clue who these guys are. Buses are coming in and out, but are the children getting on the buses?
One of my parents called me to tell me that the driver not only leaving the sign on, the matron is getting out, ringing the bell, knocking, which they're not allowed to do, and telling the mother, why don't you make your child come with us and come home with us? When the mother went to speak to the driver to tell her not to come, the driver did not speak a word of English. So she had to talk to the matron and tell her, please stop harassing me every day. My child will not be on your bus. You're inexperienced, she's autistic, and the driver would not know how to handle her, and neither would you.
Our strike lines are strong. Yeah. Our people are strong. It was a devastating blow. See, I personally don't believe they thought this was going to last. For the simple fact, first they didn't believe we were going on strike. Then they didn't believe we were going to stay out on strike after the 31st, knowing that we wouldn't have medical benefits. But once again, we fooled them, and we are here to stay.
There was really agreements. We were going to jump in front of the bus, they'd lock us up, and then they would give us a desk warrant. We'd give it to the lawyer, and they'd take care of it.
Really?
Now they're holding us back. Now we can't do anything.
Right. You can't even get close up.
The union is telling us, don't do anything.
What they do? So it was rough enough.
It was a long strike, very long.
I'm sure
we're out here, what is this, week 4? Got another 10 weeks to go.
Yeah, that's when bread was a nickel.
Yeah.
My rent was $95.
Gas was 40 cents a gallon.
Right. I'm moving today because my rent is $1,800.
Really?
Can't afford it.
Where you going now?
I'm going to live with Gene. Because he can't afford his rent. I can't afford mine.
we're gonna go together. And,
Starve together.
yeah, that's it.
Even without the strike, though, you would have moved down the chain.
Eventually, I guess. But the fact is, I don't have a choice now. It's sooner. You know when you have your time to yourself, you like it.
I like being alone.
I do. I like my time, but I don't like being forced into something. I wanted to move in because I wanted to. Right.
Oh, the bag was a bag of stuff. I didn't take no box off the table.
Stay over here, Mommy. I guess you'll take the cord?
What?
The cord?
Well, this is the big move. I mean, she's got to be out of here by the 15th. We were actually going to do it later. We were going to wait a few months, but being that this happened, you know, it'll be easier on both of us. You know, rather than paying separate rents and everything.
You know, separate electric,
So,
gas.
I mean, she's paying bills, I'm paying bills, and we're going to move in together anyway, so it's just better time to do it now. You know, the kids, you know, they're the innocent ones in this, you know, and you miss them. I miss them. You know, I miss all the kids I have. I do 3 schools. I do PS 56, PS 4, and JFS, Jewish Foundation School at night. And you know, the kids, they're all good kids. I mean, you know, and it's a shame that they're suffering, and the parents, you know, and it's not. The mayor makes them feel like it's us. It's not us. It's them.
I notice you have a lot of food here.
She'll never forget about us. She'll never be dry in a storm.
Well, you know what,
Now,
my thing
when you go to
is-
my house and you see my cupboards, opposite. There's nothing in them.
You know what it is? My daughter's friends come here. And I like that. It's tough because it does cost money, but I know where my daughter is.
How old is she?
6.
Yep.
What kind of dog?
A Papillon.
Yeah, she's mommy's baby.
How do you feel about moving?
It's just like an inconvenience.
Not a problem.
It's whatever like helps.
She's good. She's very good. She's very understanding. But I'm not. It's very hard for me.
I try to be there for her, but it also puts stress on me. Like we have to like choose what bills to pay and like all that stuff because they're not like there's not enough money.
To hear my daughter say that we got to choose our bills, how does that make me feel? We make it a game, like we flip a coin. Oh, what should we pay? Sometimes I forget she's only 16. I'm so used to she's my best friend, so I could go to her. But she's only 16, and I forget that if I tell her something, I'm thinking I'm just talking, and she's taking it to heart. You know, and that makes me feel bad. You know, I feel like Bloomberg's telling me I have to move. That's not really what it is, but he's making it hard for me to be able to live here alone, to take care of my child. I'm sad. I'm sad because I have to leave here. I'm sad every day when I go to the picket line and I see the buses. I want to go on my bus. I want to go out. I want to see my kids. I'm angry. I'm angry. Come to the table. Discuss this. Be a man. You know, don't hide. I'm scared. You know, I'm afraid my job's not going to be there. And I don't know what I would do without that job because those kids make me feel like I'm somebody.
What box is that?
Jimmy.
And maybe that sounds crazy to someone else, but every day I go to work
You got it upstairs.
and I know those kids need me. And as much as they need me, I need them.
Crazy weekend.
So we're making a big sacrifice to be here, and it's just enough to bring food to the table. For 5 days of work, 5 days of picket lines. And many places, like when they did the Verizon strike, they don't have this. They have nothing.
Okay, so this is from the union.
No, this is what the money that we put into, it's called the defense fund. And that defense fund is specifically for in case we have a strike.
Well, what we're mainly fighting for is the EPP which really protects us from, just keeps our jobs. Like I came from caravan transportation, and they had, wanted to get rid of all their drivers, or the company was being sold. We were able to follow the work on the same rate of pay. So that's how I ended up here at Atlantic Express. In my experience, I was able to come and follow the work. I'm a survivor from Sandy. I got devastated from the storm. I'm displaced from Sandy, and I thought at least I had the protection of my job. Now I may lose that. The water came down the street rushing, and it worked its way up the sidewalks. And at its full height, you couldn't see any of these bushes. They were completely underwater. A lot of the cars were floating. Everyone who had a car, the alarms were going off, the horns were beeping. The trees were all sideways. There was a big tree there that ended up falling over on the power lines and taking out the power lines. I'm Albert Serrano, and I'm a school bus driver on strike. And this is my lovely apartment. And pretty much I got flooded out, as you can see. Water went past the ceiling. And this is a brand new door. The door was busted in half, and the water pressure came so fast. Came in for about 3 minutes. It went from ankles to over my head. And I was still swimming in here with my furniture floating by me. My waterbed, which floated to the ceiling. Apparently, fresh water floats. There was walls here. That was a separate bedroom. And this had an entertainment center. You can see all the wires, all the speaker wires and cables and all stuff. Everything that was connected to those wires is in the garbage. I guess I saved whatever I could of cards and stuff I get from kids. Thank you for being the awesomest, funniest, greatest bus driver I've ever had. Love, Paloma. So that's drawn by a child. We got letters from parents. Thank you for being really nice with my daughter, Curly. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's see. What kind of stuff? Look at that. Drawn by a child. 2L. You're the best bus driver in the world. Thank you. So, it means a lot. They care about you. You do a good job. You keep them safe. And, for kids to take the time to write, even with a crayon, is it's pretty cool. I mean, I had a lot of stuff I had to throw out that got lost in the storm. And I could put all that past me. I'm just more worried about my future with, my employment and stuff. There's a lot of people who tell me, oh, you lost so much. And I'm like, oh, well, it's only stuff. I survived. I didn't get hurt, injured. And, at least I had my job. So I'm hoping all this gets over and done with quick. So I'm dying to get back to work.
We're in the borough of Staten Island. A lot of, renegades, we call them, are out here.
What do you mean by that?
They come from other boroughs, Brooklyn and Queens, and they don't realize, they hear island, they think they're, Coney Island, Long Island, but this is an island. And when things happen, you got to remember you're on an island. I start my run. I get the first child at a quarter to 6. I have a trip every day of the week. Like people say, I really don't do nothing during the day. But I trip every day. I do 130 miles a day. This is where we would, end the morning at 7 o'clock. I'd come over here, I'd drop my special ed children off here, they'd go into that doorway there. All right, now what I would do is I'd have an empty bus, and I would I have 2 more schools. I'm into my 23rd year now.
And then before that,
I was with the Transit Authority for close to 18.
So you've been driving buses most of your life?
Yes. My dad was a longshoreman, and my dad would refuse to let me go down to the docks with him. He says, "There's no place for somebody to be working. What you want to do here is you want to do something for the city. You want to get into a city type of thing." So what we all did when we were kids is we took all those tests: fire, sanitation. I took transit, fire, sanitation. I stayed away from the police. I didn't see myself walking around with a pistol on my side. And this is where I would be. You'd have about 15, 20 buses lined up over here, ready to drop off right at this door here.
I noticed you have a handicap thing there. Is that something that you...
That's my wife. She's a cancer patient, and she's in remission. They took a quarter of her lung from, top lobes off of each lung, so she doesn't have the air space anymore. So going uphill is like almost impossible. It's like she's got to stop I'd say every 50 feet or so.
So you think your kids are in school?
Some of them are making it to school. I don't know if all of them are making it to school. Some of the kids from the North Shore, it's going to be tough for them to get to school. You know, I'm sure their parents work, and some of them might be single parents and they have to go to work.
How difficult is it to get it? You know, if you have a wheelchair or something, to be able to.
I think it would be close to impossible. And I dropped my last child off over here. Oh, I don't know. I feel bad. I really do. I really, really feel bad. And you know, if this was about money, I can understand the reasoning of, you know, some of the people not being behind us. But this isn't about money. This is about somebody's job.
Which one? Frenchberry or Lucky Charms?
Alright.
So Anthony, did you take the bus last year or?
To Small Wonders? Every day, right?
Do you remember your bus driver?
George. Yeah. George, yeah.
You can't delete, darling. Come on. Let me see. All right.
Do you like school?
Yes. Well, not a lot. I only like it a little. I don't like going to school a lot.
We're going to PS 153 as a school.
So is this kind of like a rush to get him to school?
Yeah, because as you see, he stalls, he fights with me, he gives fits, so it's, yeah, it takes a while to get there.
Last year, did you take the bus? Or?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what did you think about like the bus service and the driver and everything?
The bus service was great. They came on time, they dropped him off on time. He loved his bus driver. He loved the 8 on the bus. He is diagnosed PDD, which is pervasive developmental delay, and it's in the spectrums of autism. And the only thing about I'm speaking that's short fuse, temper tantrums, impatient, impulsive, and he gets special services in school. He gets occupational therapy, and he gets speech. So it's very important that he goes to school to get those things, because the one thing about PDD is they can overcome it.
So if he misses a day or two, does that impact?
Yes, it does. He regresses. Well, I heard it's because they wanted, I think it's because they wanted like more benefits and more pay. I think it's pretty ridiculous because, you know, all these kids are missing out of school. There are all these trips that they have planned that they're losing out on. So it's just, you know, I think it's pointless because I don't know in the end if they're going to get what they want once it's over. I have no idea. Yeah, he's late, so we have to, I have to walk him to the entrance, and he's probably going to be late for speech because they do that early in the mornings. Okay, come on, where's your backpack? Over here, come on, because we're late. Everyone's already in class, come on.
They're trying to change the dynamic of our job, the integrity of our job, giving us less wage an hour and paying us just for the hours worked, not as a full-time job. And I'm a driver.
Okay, how long have you been driving?
I'm just here, this is my 4th year.
Okay.
So this is a recreation, a second career for me. And I'll have to look again. It's very frustrating.
What did you do before this?
I was in the private corporate world in pharmaceutical advertising.
So he's trying to say the city is not the employer? Is
Right.
That
Yeah, and that we have to deal with the contractors. And it's all a lie. Everything's a lie that he says.
Yeah.
The guy's a little liar.
They also dictate all the regulations, rules and regulations for us.
And you guys get fined, right?
Sure we do.
Yeah. And they can hire us and fire us.
Heavy fines.
No tie, it's $200.
They count the Band-Aids in the first aid kit. If you're short a Band-Aid, you get a $150 fine. How's that? He's trying to break a union.
He's a dictator.
This is a thing that's going on nationwide. This isn't just a local thing. It's been happening. It happened in Minnesota. Now it's happening here. I'm sure it's going to happen somewhere else down the road.
I love this job. I love the children. I actually get along better with children than I do with my fellow grown-ups here.
Amen to that.
He just wants to make us look like the bad guys. Like we're out here doing something to the parents in the city of New York. When in all actuality, what you're trying to do is take jobs from people that work every day. In another few years, you'll either have to have extreme amount of money or extremely poor to live in this city, because the middle class, the working people that made this country, us, my brothers and sisters, will be gone. We're a dying breed. And Bloomberg's at the head of that.
Every city employee is working without a contract. Cops, firemen, sanitation, teachers, they're all working without contracts.
12 years ago.
Made his money legally. The man worked for his money. He took care of this city for 8 years. His third term is what's killing us.
Why do you think he's doing this now?
Because he has aspirations to be president. So if he can knock out the union and, make people look at him like he did something wonderful to balance the budget. Democrats haven't balanced the budget in 6 years. They're in power. What's that? I have to balance my budget every day.
Yeah.
My wife.
I'm a matron.
Did you guys meet on the job? Or?
Yes, we did.
Okay. How long have you been together?
I've been working here for 19 years. My husband's here 18 years. We're on a van. We work at PS 37 in Great Kills. All special needs children. We have 4 children in wheelchairs.
How does that work? You guys are all day together and all?
It's fine.
Yeah.
I guess not everybody could really do it, but we're okay, right? Well, I'm okay anyway. We've been working on the same bus for over 15 years already.
She's number 7, girl. I'm number 57.
We have a little seniority going there.
So if you guys technically lost your seniority and weren't able to get your pick, what would happen?
Should be another company, I'd be here.
I don't know what's going to happen. It's very scary.
This here job is harder than the one that we do. Standing here striking. I'd be glad when they resolve this here, man. It's tiresome. Not knowing what's gonna happen. I don't know, probably have to upgrade my license to start driving tractor trailer. That's what I got into this here thing for anyway. Drive tractor trailer, but my mother and my grandmother were still alive, so they done passed on now. Now this thing came up. It's really hard to tell, man. You don't know whether to leave or whether to stay. I know the unions just tell us, just stay strong. What you doing? That's all. That's all the unions tell us right now.
Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus.
I don't know. I'm just believing in the union for right now. That's all I can do. I think we're just powerless over in this here situation right now. We ain't got no choice but to just wait to see what's gonna happen.
The question shouldn't be why should you have job protection, but why shouldn't everybody have job protection? This has been class warfare for the past 30 years. It's stuff like this, where everybody should be entitled to this kind of thing, where they should get a pension, they should have health coverage. Bloomberg is trying to turn this city into the very, very wealthy and the working poor. This should be a career for somebody. It shouldn't be just a job that you could just say, hey, I've had it. I wake up 4:30 every morning to get to work on time. It's a long day. Now they want people to do it for, I don't know, I guess minimum wage. We got to compete with China. You know, this is a race to the bottom. This is just, it's not the country that we grew up in.
This man, the reason why he wants to become a matron, his answer exactly is because drivers take drug tests.
Right. How do you know that?
It came out right from his mouth when we seen him in person.
Come on, Scabby, get your own job. Scabby, don't go to take the hunch. Scabby!
You guys prefer to hang out over here as opposed to the other area?
Oh, we like to yell at the scabs when they go in.
They've been bringing in a few drivers? And
Yeah, I think, what, 6 buses? Yeah. Scab! Oh, no, he's with us.
Don't scab, girl. Come on. Don't be a scab. They're only using you. Once we go back to work, you're going to get out of a job. The replacement worker's going to get replaced. 85 an hour. Don't be a scab. Come on, you can join the right way.
There's 2,300 people out of work in June. This is part of why we're doing what we're doing, because we're after that. So, under no uncertain terms, should anybody believe that this was a bad move. It was not a bad move. We have to protect our future. That's the only way we could do it, is what we're doing right now.
Do you know anything about the letter that the mayor hopefuls sent to 1181?
It's just being done now, Joe. I don't have a copy of that. Maybe the people that come now, we're expecting Ignazio and James Otto, they may already know about that. They had some kind of a conference
10 o'clock,
10 o'clock, which all the mayoral candidates got on board and signed some kind of a letter in concern that they would try to change what's going on and that the mayor is really not coming to the table the way he should.
So what's your read on the presser though this morning? That to me is that basically gives the union cover, that gives the union
the truth. We want the people to know the truth. Huh?
No, I get that, but I mean, does that mean there's a likelihood that you guys will go back?
Yeah, we definitely will. We definitely will go back. If you stand in front of that crowd right now and just yell, does anybody want to go back? They'll tell you yes. We're trying to go back. We want to go back. We want this guy to get to the table somehow. Right. Even if, look, we know what's going to happen in the next contract. All the newborn are going to be the ones that are going to get hurt. It's not going to be guys like myself.
Want to go back to work? Yes! Okay, because that's what the public needs to know. These are our bus drivers for our kids. They want to go back to work. Just get back to the negotiating table.
Yeah,
I never heard of a union dispute where people aren't at least sitting at the same table. You're not going to get everything you want. They're not going to get everything they want. But you come up with a solution and people can go to work. Just so New York hears it. Do you guys want to stay here or do you want to go back to work? Everybody wants to go back to work. The parents want their kids back on the bus, so let's get around the table and come up with some solution.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Thank
you so much for coming out today.
We're here at the Staten Island Ferry. We're going to take the ride over to Manhattan, head over to the Brooklyn Bridge, and meet the other 10,000 people that are going to try to voice our opinion on City Hall and see if somebody's listening. This is the second time I'm taking the ferry since I've lived on the island. I think it's time to take the gloves off. We should just take over the whole bridge and walk down the roadway now and put a little stoppage around here, get a little press. When it comes down to my job and you're taking my livelihood away, you know, what more do I got to lose? What more do I got to lose? What are you gonna do? Put me in jail for 24 hours? I can handle that. Like I said, it's not for me, but there are some young guys with families here that are in a real dire straits. Real dire straits. They lose this job. What are they going to do now? You know, the economy isn't what it used to be. You know, they're finding out you can do more with less. You know, they cut, and say, look, the worker's still getting out. Sure, the worker's still getting out because the guy doesn't want to lose his job. You know, you'll push him until you can't push him no more.
What driver?
I'm just supporting the cause.
Okay. Where is your route? In the Bronx. Our contract's up in June, so we're the ones that are first to lose our jobs.
Okay, what are you doing here tonight?
Doing the march, support our union.
Good.
Fine here. I don't like to get hung up in a crowd.
Claustrophobic?
No, I just like to know a good way out.
Okay, an escape route?
Yeah.
This is the Strikers newsletter from the World Socialist website. We're urging school bus drivers to appeal to all the workers throughout the city, transit workers, hospital workers, in a common fight against the corporate interests that are behind Bloomberg.
Yeah, exactly. His bank account, what, $30-something billion? Our bank account is empty.
We all know that the mayor is not doing this for the money aspect of it. He's doing it, he's a power-hungry person. He's not giving contracts to any of the other agencies, any of the other unions, okay? He's leaving the city in a mess for the mayor that's preceding him.
This is just nuts for the mayor to be doing this to the drivers and matrons, and in turn doing this to the kids and families. And these drivers and matrons are not making tons of money. They are working very hard, and they get small increases over the years of seniority. But it's that seniority and experience that even I, as a parent of a kid going to school, rely upon.
We had the Washington, D.C. trip plan, we had Philadelphia trip plan, all those trip plans, and it's canceled.
How does it feel to be out here today? Are you having fun, or what's?
It's not fun, it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. To see all these people fighting for justice, and they're fighting for their families. Hi.
What do we need? EPP. What do we want? EPP. What do we need? EPP. What do we want? EPP. What do we need? EPP. Workers united will never be defeated. The workers united will never be defeated. The workers united will never be defeated. The workers united will never be defeated.
We're by Park Row and Broadway, behind the stage of the rally, which I'm kind of impressed. There's a lot more people than I thought there would be at this time. They have a great turnout, and I'm kind of feeling a little better now, that's for sure. Now I just hope that he hears what we're saying to him. You know, we're taking him to task, and let's see what he does. Maybe, you know, do a little bit of a turnaround, and we'll see how it works out. That's all I can hope for all of these guys and ladies.
This just into the WCBS newsroom.
This is Rich Lamb in Lower Manhattan, where we have just confirmed that the school bus strike, which now has been going on for a month, apparently will end tonight. Sources familiar with the negotiations say that apparently the union has decided to end the strike. There had been, of course, a lot of rancorous rivalry between the city and the union regarding a list of employees that the union wanted to outline who will have jobs if new bus companies were to take over the routes currently operated by union members. But we do know that sources are telling us that the school bus drivers union is going to call off the strike as of tonight.
Wait, just heard that radio announcement, you know.
I don't know who's saying it, but somebody said it.
I don't have to watch all the news tonight. Yeah. I know my uniform's ready. I can't wait to get back.
What did it be?
Okay.
A letter was drawn up by all the Democratic mayor candidates, agreed to work with us once Mayor Bloomberg is out of office, and that's probably the only best thing that we're going to get out of this. So I'm going to accept that as good news.
It's like working like for nothing then, you know what I'm saying? When we want job security, it'll be very little bit of money we're going to get, and it's really not worth it, you know what I'm saying? It's just, we have to fight for it. Boston has it, and, you know, we need it. It's very expensive to live in New York, you know? It's not a cheap place to live, you know?
Here we are, guys. First day back. Feels good. Feels good. You know, got a long road ahead of us, but feels good. Kind of still worried about how this is all going to resolve itself. But I hope somebody's got a good game plan. Everything looks good. Not bad. That's it, guys. Good. roll.
We gonna roll, we gonna roll, we gonna roll the union on. We gonna roll, we gonna roll, we gonna roll the union on. If the boss is in the way, we're gonna roll it over him, gonna roll it over him, gonna roll it over him. If the boss is in the way, we're gonna roll it over him. Roll the union on. We're gonna roll, we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll the union on. We're gonna roll, we're gonna roll, we're gonna roll the union on.